Hello everybody, this is Maggie Sweets, and today I will be doing a video tutorial on how to clean up stray hairs and flyaways using the clone stamp tool. So today I will be working with an image of ballerina Madeline Scott, and I have put her Instagram below so you can follow her. I had photographed her in the studio dancing, and then afterwards I had asked her to sit down for a headshot. And after I uploaded the images on the computer, I noticed that I didn't do a good job of checking for flyaways and stray hairs. After all, she was dancing. And so I thought this would be a great image to show you how I like to edit that out in Photoshop. So I'll make some adjustments to the image before we open it up in Photoshop. As you can see, the image is a bit underexposed, so I'll fix that there. So I'll increase the exposure, increase the shadows. Then I'll go down to luminance. Because it was underexposed, it's going to have noise, so I'm going to increase luminance and increase the color noise reduction. Then I'm going to open up the photo in Photoshop. All right. So I will start off by using the Portraiture plugin to clean up the stray hairs, the very small stray hairs. I've noticed the Portraiture plugin is great for the skin and also for stray hairs such as this. So if you did do a good job of checking for that and you had a good portrait that you didn't really need to clean up, I recommend using that to clean that up. So I'm going to duplicate the layer, go to Filter, Image Dynamic, and Portraiture, and run the plugin under the default settings. Okay, so now as you can see, it did a really good job of kind of lessening the visibility of those stray hairs. So I'm going to flatten everything, and now I'm going to work on the big flyaways. I'm going to duplicate the layer, and then I'm going to take the clone stamp tool here, and with that I'll select, and so if I wanted to clean up the stray hair right here, I would select a part of that background that matches the lighting of what I want to, of the stray hairs that I want to take away. So I'm going to press Alt, select that area, and then clone it and stamp it onto the stray hair. All right. I just double click. It's important to do this so that you can match the lighting. Obviously, you wouldn't want to take a section from here and stamp it onto over here. All right, now that I'm finished with that, I'm going to put a mask on it and then invert that mask. Then I'm going to take a brush, and I'm going to take a hard brush. It's important that you have a hard brush because you don't want a feathered edge to your hair. To make it look natural, we want to use a hard brush. I like to use around 77% hardness. Then I'm going to zoom in and just take care of those flyaways there. Okay. Looks like I need to have it even harder, so for this section, I'm going to just harden it up more. And you just want nice, smooth lines. I've tried using different methods to clean up flyaways. I've used the patch tool and the healing brush and liquify even. I find this is the easiest way to clean up these stray hairs. It was funny because I had a commercial gig that I did, and there was about 30 people, and it was very important that no one had stray hairs or flyaways, so I had to do this about 30 times. I found that on time number 25, I was really pretty good at it. So I think it just takes some practice, but it's really nice and easy. I like it quite a bit. It's important to clean up stray hairs and flyaways on your image because you want to give your clients the most polished headshot or portrait that you can, and these can make or break an image at times, so it's very important to know how to do this well. Alright, then I'm going to just press the backslash key and see and make sure that I've not left any part of the mask with lines or visible, so that's how I'm going to do that. Alright, that looks good. I'm going to flatten everything, and then I'm going to duplicate the layer and go to liquify to give her hair a little bit more height. So I'm going to take the forward warp tool, and it's important to use a big brush to do this. And you can really play with the curls and have some fun, but this is just going to be a nice headshot. You can get really artistic with it if you'd like. Alright, that looks good. I'm going to flatten everything. Alright, then I'm going to use the Everyday Workflow Essentials Summer in Actions to clean up the image a little bit more. So I'm going to go here to the Retouch section. There we go. Let's just work on it section by section and we'll flatten it. Okay, so I'm going to diminish flaws. This acts like a frequency separation. So there's a base and then there's a texture part of the skin of the action that takes care of the texture. So I'm going to go to the base and I'm going to use a lasso tool and select the area of the skin that I would like to just give a more smooth finish to. And then I'm going to do the Gaussian blur with a radius of 20 pixels. And then do it again on the forehead. Okay, and I'm going to flatten everything. She basically has flawless skin, but I'm just taking care of a couple of little things. Okay, so then I'm going to go to Eye Awakening here. Okay, and then with actions, I like to run them at like 100% and then decrease the effect later. Okay, flatten. And then I think I'm going to increase the brightness of that iris a little bit more. I'm going to do that with the curves tool, invert that, and then at 100% brush that in. Oh, hardness was set to hard from the hairs, so make sure you put that back. You can take your time to making sure that this is nice and the lines are nice and clean. And I decrease the overall opacity. I also use this layer to boost some of the highlights here at a lower opacity, maybe like 30. And you can do so to the hair as well. Okay, and then I'm going to contour her face a little bit with curves. Invert the layer. Then I'm going to just fill in the shadows on her face a little bit more with a color fill tool. And then take that effect off using a black paintbrush. And also go back to the curves here and whiten the eyes. However, there is also an action to whiten the eyes. So you can do that using curves, or you can use the action, which is really nice. So I'm going to do that. Okay, and that is it. Then I'm going to give her a nice vignette to the image. And then take that off using a black brush. Okay, so let's do a before and after now. So cleaning up stray hairs and flyaways can really polish up the image. Here is a before, and here's our image at the end. So thanks for watching. Please check out the Summerana website to see more videos and helpful tutorials such as this, and thank you.